What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. My name is Yt-DropShawt, and today we have another banger video for you all, man. Today I'm going to be talking about my settings that I use on Fortnite and my recommended settings for non-claw players and people that use Scufs. That being said, I'm going to talk about my settings first. So first, let's talk about the sensitivities that I use. I'm not going to be talking about sensitivities for all the other non-claw players on PS4 and stuff like that, because I feel like everybody's going to have a different sense to what feels good to them. So don't take my sense and use it on your own. Figure out, you can take my sense as a base sense and then figure out whether you need to raise it up or lower it down or do whatever you need to do for it, you know. I wouldn't say just, you know, stick to my sense and this is the perfect sense to use. That's not the case for everybody, you know. So my X and Y sensitivities are both 0.7. So my building sense is 2 and my edit mode sensitivity is 1.85. A couple of other interesting settings that you might find is my scale of HUD is set to 0.57. I sprint by default on. Tap, search to interact. I have hold swap to pick up. And then I have auto open doors. The reason why I have auto open doors on is when I'm tunneling, like I say I'm playing in a screen and I'm tunneling and I place a wall in front of myself accidentally. What happens with me most of the time, I don't know if this happens to most players, but I try to do a little triple edit to get out like everybody does. What happens sometimes is when I'm like nervous, you know, I'm tunneling, somebody's like on top of me to the sides of me, I end up doing a door edit and I have to waste time tapping square. I have to take my thumbs off the thumbsticks to tap square to open up the door. And what that does is waste time, you know, you slow down. But if you have auto doors open, you don't have to waste time. You can just run right through it, you know. So that's why I have that on. My brightness calibration is 0.6. My sound, nobody cares. My colorblind is T10. And the rest of that, nobody cares. And now let's talk about my binds. For everybody's binds I'm going to be talking about, I prioritize 3 main things that you have to do in the game. Things are jumping, switch moding, and editing. For me, personally, on my controller, this paddle right here is jump. I have that paddle set to X. This paddle right here is switch mode. I have that set to circle. And this paddle right here is edit, and I have that set to left on the D-pad. Now, what that allows me to do is, no matter if I'm switch moding, editing, or doing all that, I don't have to take my thumbs off the thumbstick, you know? So that's why I do that. I'm going to be talking about alternative ways that you can do that on the Scuf later in the video, but let's talk about the rest of my settings. Something that else might be weird for you all. I don't have crouch on the right stick, I have crouch on the left stick. And I have place marker on the right stick. It just feels better to me, personal preference. And then my building controls are all the same, and my editing, I edit and confirm with the same button. And then my dead zones are 0.08. and 0.10. If you don't know what dead zones are, it's essentially the same thing as a mouse DPI, where it's like the sensitivity of your stick, but that's for another thing. So if you don't know what you're doing on dead zone, just don't touch it. I'll recommend you don't touch it at all. Let's talk about binds that I would use for people that use a regular PS4 controller but don't play claw, and people that use a Scuf. So for people that use a regular PS4 controller or non-claw PS4 controller players, those 3 main things that I talked about, jumping, switch moding, and editing, I would have jumping and switch moding on one of these 2 sticks. So let's say you have jump on this stick, you have switch mode on this stick. You have jump on this stick, you have switch mode on this stick. Those are 2 like key binds that you, at the minimum, you need to have on your thumbstick so you don't have to take your thumbs off the thumbsticks. Some people suggest having editing on here, but then where's you going to put your switch mode? Anywhere you put it, unless you have it on touchpad, which is going to be kind of confusing, because sometimes, let's say you're trying to build a ramp, you're gonna have to touchpad and then go to the ramp. I mean, you could build that muscle memory, but for me that just seems a little weird, so I'm not going to recommend that for you all. What I'm going to recommend is having jumping on one of these sticks and on switch mode on the other stick. When I say on the stick, I mean like pressing it, so you can press these sticks down, it acts as another button. And then you're asking, well, Drop, where'd you have edit? I will have edit on the touchpad. And I would say edit on the touchpad because you can, in most scenarios, you're not going to be building a ramp and then trying to edit, unless you're trying to do like the symphony edit, but you can just build that muscle memory up, like I said. And for crouching, I would have crouching either on X or on this down D-pad. Just, you don't crouch as much, you don't need to crouch. Crouching is not as important as it is in some other games, I guess. So yeah, the rest of the binds you can really just put anywhere else you want to, but those 4 or 3 binds you need to put right there if you're a non-claw PS4 controller player. Now let's talk about Scuf players. Scufs. If you're coming from a PS4 controller and you're going to a Scuf, you're gonna have a lot of customization that you can do. Like, there's a lot of options for you. So I'm not gonna recommend anything for you. I'm gonna tell you to just look out for a couple things. One of the things you're gonna have to look out for is making sure that you have the same three functions that I'm talking about. So like, one thing that you have to make sure that you have is making sure that you have jump, switch mode, and edit on somewhere on your mapped on your controller, so that you don't have to take your thumbs off the thumbsticks. Like for me, I have all three of those on the back of my controller, so I never have to take my thumbs off the thumbsticks. You might like having edit on your thumbstick, or you might like having jump on your thumbsticks. You might keep that on there and move another paddle. Like I said, there's a lot of different combinations. That's why I'm not going to recommend anything to you directly. But when you're creating a Scuf controller keybind setup, you need to keep in mind that you have jump, switch mode, and edit in a spot or on the controller in a way that you don't have to take your thumbs off the thumbsticks. With that being said, man, that's gonna be the end of the video, man. That's all I got for you today. So I know it's a quick one, bro, but bro, you're really gonna lead these people with a fucking boring ass recommended settings video, bro? Everybody does that. Every controller player does that.
What are you talking about, bro?
You can see all on YouTube, bro. Everybody's just like, my recommended settings, bro. You really gonna lead them with that? Oh shit. Okay, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta be doing better, bro. Damn, y'all heard the man. Run that shit, bro.
Hey, bitch. 2019, nigga, we only sippin' walkie. Dude, come full, nigga, on my mama's, nigga. Everything we do, yeah. Slurred, bitch.
HT made the wave.
Slurred, yeah, we pulled up. Pour the deuce in the Sprite, then we go up. Got a bitch for the bros, yeah, she hold up. All my niggas with a gang, so we mowed up. Slurred, yeah, we pulled up. Put a deuce in the Sprite, then we go up. Got a bitch for the bros, yeah, she hold up. All my niggas with a gang, so we mowed up. MOE the gang, never change shit. All these niggas switching, better lane switch. I can never fuck with a lame bitch. I was down niggas on some fake shit, snake shit. Talking out the neck, give you facelift. If it's on my own, I can never fucking fake it. Pops put me on, John Jones heavyweight shit. I ain't throwing hands, so I bought the fucking K. Keep it with a comma clip, not punctuation. Word, yeah, we pulled up. Pour the deuce in the Sprite, then we go up. Got a bitch for the bros, yeah, she hold up. All my niggas with a gang, so we mowed up. Slurred, yeah, we pulled up. Put a deuce in the Sprite, then we go up. Got a bitch for the bros, yeah, she hold up. All my niggas with a gang, so we mowed up. Big nose up, like my name Joe Jackson. Slide down the block, 91, bout to mack it. Back 11 bustin', if we catch you niggas lacking. Like a blood, nigga, we can get it brackin'. I don't even bang, but I rock with my shooters. If you try to test, they gon' scoop through like Uber. Talking out the neck, bitch, boy, use a goober. Bitch, boy, use a goober. Slurred, yeah, we pulled up. Pour the deuce in the Sprite, then we go up. Got a bitch for the bros, yeah, she hold up. All my niggas with a gang, so we mowed up. Slurred, yeah, we pulled up.